So starting the test drive in this Explorer here, love having the V6 here, but honestly the 2-liter turbo that's on the newer ones, I like that engine as well. I think it's a pretty powerful setup there, and I like how they did that. But this V6 is pretty solid. Now in terms of the low end torque, it's nice to have that naturally aspirated V6, but the fuel economy is much better in the 2-liter, I think, according to the EPA. We're gonna give it a quick pull here, not gonna come to a complete stop. Here we go. Oh yeah, she's getting it. Yeah, it's pretty fast, honestly. I see why the police love these things. But for this to be an 80,000 mile vehicle, I mean, the ride quality is pretty good. Not feeling anything, I guess, amiss. Seems to be driving relatively straight. Of course, it's gonna pull a bit to the right because of the slant of the interstate. But a very, very good ride here. And it's just solid in terms of the power, the space you get, just everything that's in this is fantastic. It's really a good vehicle, I think, for the money. And again, that's why you see so many municipalities buying these, specifically around this time frame when it had the 6-speed, the V6. It's just a good all-around vehicle in my opinion. I've seen a lot of these go to the auctions, the police auctions, with like 180, 190,000 miles on them. Now, I think this might be a pre-owned bargain, honestly. Pretty much any Ford Explorer is, in my opinion, just because, again, these have a pretty good track record of being reliable. Tons of space in them, just checks all the boxes. But what I like about it is these were relatively fuel efficient for what you get here. A 3-row SUV. You had the space even behind that 3rd row to have additional storage if you didn't want to fold the seats flat. And it was something that didn't feel like a minivan. It didn't feel like a mom car. It just, they look good, drive nicely, ride was fantastic, and really didn't hear any huge problems out of these, at least that I can remember. And again, when you have full-fledged police forces, buying these like hotcakes, obviously they have a lot of things that people want. Something that's powerful is nice to have. Something that can be somewhat tuned is nice. You can add things to it pretty easily. But just having the space was a big plus here, and something that's fuel efficient and also, again, looks good. And let me rephrase that by saying relatively fuel efficient. Specifically on the highway, I feel like this is where this really shined. But just a good, solid vehicle. Now I want to give one more thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Explorer today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But if you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click on that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever pre-owned vehicle you might be interested in. But a pretty solid bargain in my opinion. You have something that drives nicely, easy to drive, tons of space inside, and It's really a sleeper in terms of a quick SUV that has 3 rows. And again, you don't feel like you're in a mom car. And that's what a lot of people that get these, that's what they're looking for. But you basically have this to traverse everything else in that realm where you want a car that has space, but you don't want a van. And this is still a good buy, even at 80,000 miles and being 6 years old. So with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2019 Ford Explorer XLT.